Welcome back to the Corporate Esports Association Dota 2 Spring 20 Tournament. We got Dota from Facebook today versus Microsoft Team 2, and it's week 7 now, patch 7.26, slightly different game, shortest patch notes ever, and we've got Hero in the line as well.
10 seconds.
Hey dudes, this is Hero from Team Shopify, taking Fruitcake's usual co-cast spot as we're going to watch him go through the draft phase.
Yeah, but this time we get to watch him struggle with drafting a little bit. You know, normally he's like pretty critical of like other teams drafting, but so see him struggle a little bit.
Yeah, let's see. Well, he bans the Coddle and Alchemist right off the bat, so he's on the right track, I think.
Yeah, I mean, this patch, gold across the board, down by 10%, but Alchemist wasn't nerfed at all, not until today, but this patch is pre-Alch nerf for 7.26a. So Alch stocks through the roof right now.
Truth. It's also the death of stats on this patch, as well with the changes to strength and agility and intelligence.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Strength Heroes lost the most out of it, right? Because like I feel like the strength to magic resistance ratio was really high compared to like move speed or like int. Int was like probably the worst of them because you don't really stack int usually.
And I mean, I just think it gets rid of like the double bracer, double wristband kind of builds that have been meta for the last like 6 months.
I guess so. I think wraith bands are probably still worth it, but maybe not braces, not so much.
Right. It's just like I think it takes a lot of the early game stomp ability out. Like you have to get kind of creative. You can't just do the classic stack like 2 or 3 bracers mid and never die.
I definitely, as a position 5, I just feel like generally poor, so much poorer. Like, oh, my boots are gonna come at like 17 minutes now.
Truth. They did nerf the comeback mechanic with the gold though.
It's even worse now. It's like,
right.
I remember like last patch, it was maybe a bit overtuned. Like definitely from a support side, like I feel like I was punished for doing well. Like I would go like on a dominating spree as like a Crystal Maiden, and then you inevitably start feeding because you're Crystal Maiden. But then like I suddenly give like 600 gold away. I'm like, what?
Right. I know a lot of the pros were complaining about that as well, because it just kind of changes it from making plays to just AFK farming.
It was just like, I might as well feed so that I give a killing spree over.
Never do
like,
well.
Yeah, exactly. Like there was no incentive to do well as a support, but that's changed a little bit. I think like I remember I saw like a dominating spree was only like 350 gold now instead of like 600, so it's not too bad now.
We'll definitely see how it kind of plays out with this game. What do you think that Jakiro is, 5 or 4?
Well, I already watched the draft because I went through this game, and then you like said you were able to cast, and I was like, okay, let's start again. So I can't actually. I don't know the answer, to be honest. I just know there's another 5 position that's picked, and it's unclear. I only got to like the end where like all 10 heroes were like displayed, but I didn't see like who picked what yet.
Right.
I prefer Jakiro in 5, but my inkling is that it's a 4 this game, at least like from the next support pick from Microsoft Team 2. I'd prefer it to be a 4.
Right. I think Underlord Jakiro has some potential though with spam ability.
Yeah, it's a lot of magic damage. And interesting that I found from this was that most of the Slark counters are already banned. Underlord counters are already banned, right? Like Dota from Facebook, they banned Slark, even though like it's great against Underlord.
Right, and they banned Monkey King before as well.
And now Lifestealer and Ursa are all banned as well. So it's there's not many heroes left in the pool to really punish this Underlord.
I feel like Ursa is probably your best chance.
Ursa's banned.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like with all the heroes in the pool that they've already banned, what do you think is left to threaten an Underlord? I would say maybe a Razor.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I know like David doesn't really like to play Razor text, and also like when I was looking at the bans, like Naga Siren, it was really not a hero that text plays. So that's an interesting one. I'm not sure where they got that information from.
Not watching your stream, man.
I played with Tex and Fruitcakes like 2 years ago. I know like the hero pool. Oh, Fruitcakes when he was on my team was playing position 4.
Yeah, I think he plays what 3 for Facebook.
Yeah.
Let's see. So he'll likely rock the Beastmaster unless they go some crazy Beastmaster mid strat.
I think Beastmaster is like probably one of his best heroes. He's just like he's really good at micro heroes. Like we used to pick him Chen on my old team, and he would just like win us the game.
See, I would like to see some Chens come out in this tournament, especially after the ESL 1 that just happened.
The
I
heal
think that hero
strats,
is
Pugna.
super strong.
Every game is position 4 Pugna. I haven't tried it yet, but I might give it a whirl sometime this week. Lose some more MMR. Because I ranked down over the weekend by spamming Ember Spirit 4 and Weaver 4, and it does not go well. I only had 3 games on Ember Spirit, and he was not ready for the ranked games I was playing.
Rough. So it looks like they take Ogre, so likely Ogre Underlord lane.
You think would you prefer Ogre Underlord versus Jakira Underlord? I feel like Jakira
No,
Underlord's probably
Jakira
better, right?
Underlord is definitely way stronger,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
That's what I was thinking when I saw this.
Ogre Underlord doesn't die. Okay, they're gonna pick a troll pretty early too.
It's not terrible against the Underlord, and you have the Witch Doctor to like help slow, like deal more damage with the Maledict as well.
Mm-hmm. I don't know like how well it necessarily synergizes with Maledict though, depending on how early you get Fervor and are able to just AFK hit this Underlord, because Troll doesn't have any burst, right?
Right, but it's like it's just like bonus damage, right? You shouldn't think of it as like a necessarily kill thing unless like you have the opportunity. But like a Maledict into a slow from Troll is you're gonna do a lot of damage.
Definitely. I think Maledict is super broken as well. It's pretty hard to walk up into that lane when Witch Doctor's level 3.
Yeah, it's probably worse if they put the Ogre in the lane as well, right? Because then like you can Maledict both of them. You get like the the melee whirling axes and blind both of them, and you can't really do much against the Troll.
So you're gonna pick snipers, so they're likely picking their mid.
Right, but they have last pick, which is a little bit confusing, right? Like usually you want to pick your mid last if you're second pick. So
position 1 sniper?
I think that's what's going to be the case, but I am not big on it at all.
Against Beastmaster, pretty good. I think melee heroes versus Beastmaster feels really, really terrible.
Yeah, but at the same time, like you can't really run away from the boar, so this next support needs to like be able to protect the sniper, right? Oh, sorry, no, I'm derping super hard. The next support from Dota needs to be able to put a lot of pressure on the sniper.
They need gap close for sure. I was figuring for Facebook a good pick would be OD already, with just how beefy those two the core and support are from them. I think OD is a good pick, but OD versus sniper mid feels pretty awful.
That's a pretty losing matchup. Although like yeah, and if you pick OD, like there's no reason they can move the sniper to mid as well. If it's a good matchup.
Clockwork's a good pick. That's a gap close for sniper if he can land the hook.
Yeah.
I think position 1 sniper will definitely run over that off lane though.
Yeah, it seems pretty rough, and like there's nothing to stop sniper from just like picking up a 4-star first item, right? I guess like it slows down your farm a little bit. You definitely can't join fights as much, but it's gonna keep you alive, and really that's like their only catch right now.
So you ban Broodmother.
I don't
I'm not really
Scylla plays it.
I don't think this would be a Brood game either. I don't think that would be a cheese pick.
Yeah, I guess Hero and Underlord doesn't seem too great.
Right, and if they did pick a Brood, you just put Underlord mid, and it would be the easiest.
5 seconds remain.
Essence of your life there, stacking his E with these spider kills.
Oh man, take the tower at like 2 minutes.
Exactly. So I guess that's probably just a throwaway ban. They just don't really know what they want to ban yet.
Yeah.
They do end up banning Jug on Facebook.
I think that makes some sense. Like, you kind of want a second frontline hero who's like obnoxious.
And I think Jug versus Clockwork feels pretty awful as well. But Clockwork 4 with Beastmaster, Clock should just be able to make space, let Beastmaster hit creeps.
So I guess I also think the sniper's mid, right? Like if you're banning the jug at this point, I feel like not mid sniper is pretty awful because like you have so many directions that you can get ganked from, whereas mid is like this big open space and they have to like come to you.
Right. I just don't see it losing in the safe lane versus a beast clock at all. I think if you pick up melee pause 1, you have a really high chance of getting run over by a clock or beastmaster, as they
Yeah.
both kind of eat melee heroes alive. And since they picked it so early, that's what gives me the inclination that it's going to be a flex pick. Like they're going to decide now whether they're going to run at mid or position 1.
Yeah, based on this last pick, right?
Mhm.
So I've seen Scylla. He's played a Kunkka like 4 times already, and
Right.
I would not like to see a Kunkka this game. If it's going to be a sniper mid, that seems like a really easy lane for sniper.
I would like to see like an Ember. I think they need a slippery hero that can
Yeah,
make some plays.
I was also thinking Ember, but I don't think Scylla plays Ember.
Which one of the spirits does he play?
I don't know. I've really only seen him play Kunkka.
Right. Let's see what he
And
ends up going
Zeus.
for. They're just going to let the timer run out. They're going to BM a little bit here.
You gotta use all your time
And he
available, dude.
goes. Let's see.
Yeah, it's Kunkka.
He picks the Kanka just to spite you. I don't think it's necessarily awful. Like, it's not the worst, because if it is a sniper mid, you just spam him with Tidebringer. You also have the X to kind of prevent him from getting away with the boat torrent combo.
Yeah, but the cast range on X is garbage at early levels, so it's like not that easy to get. You just gotta eat like a big shrapnel on the way in and then like a big shrapnel on the way out.
Right. I think spamming with Tidebringer is pretty good just because Sniper has such a low HP pool.
I don't know. We had this exact same mid matchup in one of our games, and Alex got crushed. He ended up doing okay, but he just wasn't able to like make impact during the game. And the guy was Pangali, so I think he's gonna be a mid Pango up against Kunkka. And I mean, it's not like you can swashbuckle out of this like X torrent combo. You can, but like it's not easy.
You could juke it a little bit. So it looks like Fruitcakes is playing 4 instead of 3 then, right?
Interesting. I didn't know Chilbo Swaggins played Beastmaster. Because he's normally playing like Jakiro or like those other kinds of heroes. I also haven't seen this Witch Doctor player before. I don't know if he like changed his name or not, but that's a new one for me.
Good luck.
So maybe they're like swapping roles a little bit with this new person on the team.
Sure, let's see. We got the Pirate Bros mid.
Oh,
be curious
that's
to
a
see
pretty
who
sick
actually wins that matchup.
Pangolier set. I like it. Alright, so yep, it looks like he's going to be a safe lane sniper.
Just a minute or so now until
I can do a quick introduction of the teams on the side of Data from Facebook. We got Fruitcakes on the Clockwork, Scylla on the Kunkka, Chilbro Swaggins on the Beastmaster, Tex on the Troll Warlord, and 50. What the fuck is this shit, dude? 50 and 60? 50 and 60. Oh. What? I'll call him 50 and 60. I think I understood that bit. 50 and sexy? Who knows, dude. Alright. The side of Microsoft Team 2, we got Arya Stark on the Underlord, PV on the Jakiro, Bomberman on the Ogre, Sideshop on the Sniper, and Zed on the Pangolier, who bought tangos for himself as well, even though he's got 2 pulled tangos. So this Ogre, he's got nothing, dude. He's just got a headdress and a pulled tango of his own.
Let's see. So it is the pause 1 sniper, which is great. So he's gonna spam out his Qs here. Yeah, just get the Boar XP, he gets denied.
Yeah, the level 1 Q was pretty garbage. Like once it gets level 2 though, it's like really annoying to deal with.
So
But for now, Clockwork, he's made his way on top of Sideshop here, but they're gonna go for the rune instead. But they have the battery assault. Bomberman somehow manages to pick it up. So there's gonna be 2 for 2 bounties.
It's not bad. It's a good trade of resources as well. I feel like with the headdress on Ogre, but 1 Tango, you can spam him out
Yeah,
with the boar a little bit. And I think picking Q on position 1 sniper first is the play because you want to get to level 2 as soon as possible. So you spam the first 2 waves with Q and you just push it while your Ogre pulls.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I haven't played position 1 sniper in like years. It's not something you see too often, but I can appreciate it.
See what goes on. Jakiro Underlord would be pretty disgusting to play against. I would like to see Jakiro just go a ton of points in his E and Q.
Yeah, I like maybe like Ice Path at level 4, but definitely 2 points in Q.
Let's see what happens with here Kanka. So Kanka also bought tangos and has pooled tangos. Maybe this is just a new meta that we're not.
He has 3, dude. He's already eaten 1. They're on cooldown. That's a full set of tangos just given to his ally.
For sure. Maybe it's a new meta that we're not privy to. They're both kind of worried about the spam.
Alright,
I think.
Fruitcakes and Bomberman going at it, and Bomberman's gonna lose his trade. The double ball is gonna show up now, and Bomberman, he's an ogre. Is he gonna make it out? He seems okay. The ball closest to Bomberman times out, and they do finally get first blood there.
Good plays with battery assault.
Space created for the sniper though, like he's just getting solo XP under the tower. That level 2 shrapnel is coming up soon. Alright, PV, he could be in a bit of trouble if the Witch Doctor chases him down. No cask available.
Yeah, I don't think this Underlord's too worried. I think he's just going to kind of spam the wave, but I don't think there's a ton of kill potential. I think Jakiro could solo Witch Doctor or vice versa, but I think both the cores are just going to be trading farm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really seeing, like, I feel like if they coordinated better, they could definitely get kills. Like, Jakiro is playing really far out of position by himself, and just like a Maledictant to Whirling Axes could do a lot of damage. Not really seeing that happen yet. They missed the pull. That was really weird.
See, they're going pretty even mid too. I think all those tangos are coming into play for both of them.
There you go.
Both those heroes have such a high spam capability that you definitely want a ton of regen.
Oh, look at this. Level 2 Lucky Shot at level 3. Just trying to... The percentage chance doesn't go up, it's just the duration. And he's getting quite lucky. Another disarm on Scylla here. And I think Zed's starting to pull a little bit ahead in this lane. Just constantly getting these disarms, and Scylla's not able to do anything.
He is on his comfort hero of Kanka though, so see if he can try to pull back from the farm.
Cogs onto the sniper. There's no follow-up. The boar is dead for 4 seconds, so they're not going to be able to continue to slow this sniper.
Just kind of posture on him, just let him know he can't walk up.
That's not really the shrapnel direction you wanted, but it's fine. They could have gotten a lot more damage from the sniper there. Yeah, I definitely know this feel on position 4 Clockwork. He just ran out of mana. I was like, I guess I'm gonna go home, or like, I guess I'll like ferry more mangoes out and delay my boots even further.
Use spells and then that's all you got.
Yeah.
He does have the 2 boars up right now. This sniper's pretty happy though.
Yeah, he's just farming these boars at this point.
Jakiro does get his courier. It's going on bottom.
Oh, he's gonna be able to get it, but can he get anything in return? I mean, 50 and 60 is getting really low, and he's in the fight swap. He's gonna go down. That's gonna be a death there. Arya Stark, he's getting pretty low as well. PV looks like he will maybe go down. There's a Whirling Axes in 2 seconds.
One hit.
One hit.
Whirling.
Just go uphill. He does get the hit.
Yeah, he gets it. a little messy, but in the end it all works out. Thunderlord's gonna have to go to base too.
Yeah, that was I mean, yeah, Underlord, he took a lot of damage from that Maledict right there, right? And side jump, he's getting run down by the double balls here, taking a lot of damage, but the clock not in a position to really help out. One of the balls is timed out, the other ball is gonna go down soon. So side jump, maybe he should just take out the ball and he'll be able to. Oh, okay. Oh, the uphill miss. It's gonna not slow down the sniper. He gets another ball hit, and 2 more hits from Turbo Strike. He's gonna get it. No disarm from Zed here, and Zed, can he get the cleanup? He has a swashbuckle available. He's gonna go in front, gets a disarm as well, and Beastmaster. But the slow from the ball and the salve as well, not going to be able to get a kill here.
Nice plays.
But Swashbuckle, it's back up. Free kicks, he could be in a bit of trouble. Can Zed get the angle? He's not going to go for it. He's going to TP back mid. He's very close to getting both of the kills, but not able to get either. And he loses the sniper for this. Talking about the era of stat sticks being over, that sniper's got a triple wraith band.
Right.
Maybe you didn't read the patch notes. These don't give you move speed anymore, so Sniper sitting at a measly 285 move speed. He'd probably be close to like 295 by now with the old Agi gain.
I think he's just trying to buff the attack speed, but it's interesting that he's maxing his Q over headshot.
I think Shrapnel by far is the best ability, right? Like, it's really hard to say no to Shrapnel.
As position 1, usually when mid you spam your Q and then you go farm the jungle, but in this you're going to kind of try to sit in the lane and pressure the tower. So I would have liked to see more of a headshot come through just to pressure out this Beastmaster.
I think that could work. Dude, Free Cakes is still level 2, and it's the level 2 battery assault that's the really scary one. He's gonna
go on bottom.
Oh. Yeah, that's come down. The Maledict on Jakiro, so he's in a bit of trouble, but the 2-man swashbuckle into the Rolling Thunder. Troll's gonna lose his life. Witch Doctor, he's dead as well. Great rotation from Zed there. He's already got a Javelin as well, and a Faded Brooch for the Underlord.
See, I'm just trying to scope what Kunkka's going. It looks like he has drums queued up, which is not something I generally see from Kunkka's.
Yeah, not mid especially. I think it's okay because it helps his team run down the sniper. I mean, no one else is really going to build the drums. Maybe Beastmaster might, but he is going to go for a Vlad's, which is a little bit more normal. Not going to see HOD.
I'm curious if he's not going the Necros right away, so he doesn't feed the gold to Sniper. I think your Necro book level 1 dies.
I want to see Necro on Sniper. That's what I want to see. You know, you see these safe lane Spectres picking up Necro books these days. Sniper, he's got a 25% cooldown reduction talent. Those Necro books are almost always up.
Truth. So it looks like laning stage is going to dissolve a little bit there. They're going to try to get fruitcakes some levels, I think.
Haste on the Pango. He's heading bot again. He's got Rolling Thunder again. So I'm going to look for another easy double kill. And they don't really have anything to stop him. None of these heroes have any way to deal with a Rolling Thunder.
Tank in the tower.
Alright,
he's
in,
6 yet.
And he misses the swashbuckle, but the Rolling Thunder will finish him off into the Firestorm. And 50 and 60, he's in a lot of trouble as well. Another easy 2 kills picked up for the Microsoft team, and they're gonna get this outpost as well.
See, so Sniper maxes Q, and he's just been stacking the jungle for himself and clearing the waves. See, Fruitcake's in some trouble top.
Oh, yep, he's level 3 now. Actually, Bomberman is also a really low level, surprisingly. And the max level Shrapnel, 30% slow. Fruitcake's taking a lot of damage. He doesn't have enough, but he does have an Assassinate if he wants to go for the steal the kill. He's not going to go for it yet. Oh, here it is. The Assassinate comes out. Clockwork is going to die, but Chilbro Swaggins and Tex, they're going to get the Ogre in return. Probably not the...
I think Tex needs 6. He just gets it off these couple creeps here. And so Pango's making a ton of space, but his farm is going to be kind of dropped off as Kunkka's pulling ahead by almost double his CS right now.
Alright, Sniper, he's getting run down. The Roar comes out as well, popping the Troll ultimate to kill the Sniper, and he's dead. Bomberman TP's in, and I don't think these two supports can really do the job here. He's got the whirling axes, and Bomberman, he's in trouble now. He's gonna go down Tex. He's gonna die soon, and the buyback from Side Shop. He wants to get the assassinate kill, but the cogs, it's going to block a Sniper for some time. He's gonna get the assassinate, and he's not gonna die. Oh,
that's a buyback on your Sniper too.
That's like a game-losing move. And Chillburst Dragons, he will lose his life eventually to the Sniper, so maybe almost worth it. 295 gold. He actually only lost 2 gold.
That was a pretty good swing there. I think they needed to make a play like that. I don't think the buyback was necessarily worth it.
He lost 2 gold out of that exchange, so I guess
maybe
it's
not so bad.
Straight back to farming at least as well. But his next death is going to be pretty painful.
There's a lot of experience for the Dire as well. I think that was a good kill that they definitely
Yeah, they managed
that.
to get both outposts, so no experience going the way of Radiant. And it really shows. Fruitcakes, he's still level 5, but Sideshot, I think he's in trouble. He's gonna get Cogs battery assaulted, and you think he is dead.
Roar 1 second.
The Roar is up soon, and they probably don't even need it. The ball gonna slow down.
Right now.
Side shot, and Bomberman, he's probably gonna die as well. The Roar comes
2
out.
second. Nice body blocks. He's dead to this Kunkka anyway.
Yeah.
Nice plays by Fruitcakes there. So that's a pretty big feels bad for your Sniper. I think his game is kind of in the garbage right now.
Yeah. That's that was rough. Like Sniper, he's dead for an extra 25 seconds as well. Oof. And Clock, he's level 6 now, so gonna be able to get these hook shots off.
See what happens.
Kunkka's
got a level advantage.
Can't really go for the Pango.
Pango finished his Maelstrom as well, so he's going to do some more damage. I would like to see him go a Diffusal Blade, likely. Maybe
yeah,
just go
he's
for
a
the
mid
Basher.
Pango, so just go for like more damage items. Don't really want to see the Ags this early on. I feel like you really need that one of the level 15 talents. Either one is fine, but if you're going Ags, probably the 2-second shield crash in. Chillburst Smackins, he's dead. Assassinate, not even required. So he's gonna take that kill.
Missed the hook as well.
I think that guy was dead anyway.
He was going for the back line. They had Jakiro kind of isolated.
Yeah, alright. Sniper, he's picked up the 25% cooldown reduction, but not picking up a Necro Book to farm with. Gonna go 4-star first, seems pretty reasonable against Clockwork.
Do you think he goes the magic build with the Ags this game?
For Sniper? It seems a bit clowny for position 1. Like, he's really the main sustained damage for his team, right? Pango, he's got his flashy, like, Rolling Thunder and his shield crashes, but it's just like, that's it, right?
The Assassinate stun and cooldown reduction with his talent, though, is pretty insane. If he just stacks damage and just assassinates from the back. His only worry is if they get on top of him, he's dead almost every time to a battery assault.
It's not a crit anymore, they changed that.
I thought it worked with damage because you can go Divine Rapier.
No, that was before they changed it. So now it just makes the cast time 1 second instead of 2, and then 0.5 second cast animation, and then it makes a stun for 1.8 seconds.
Right. That could be a long enough stun to stop Troll from casting ult, though.
I mean, it's a non-trivially long stun. Now the hookshot misses, is gonna hit the creeps, and a big Cogs to kind of block them. A nice 2-man death ward as well with the Maledict, and they're both gonna die. That was a perfect cast into Maledict. He couldn't ask for anything better than that.
Meanwhile, this Troll just AFK pushing lanes. He's gonna go for Diffusal Blade first item. I think anything they can. I think Sniper is going to be the win condition here, so anything that they can get to get on top of Sniper. Yeah, I wouldn't even mind seeing a Shadow Blade on Troll. Just walk up to Sniper and pop your ult.
Blink, maybe. Yeah, I
That
feel
would
like I
be-
used to see that. Not so
Blanks
much
on
anymore.
trolls?
I guess like you would go for like a silver edge because give you stats as well. Although stats, mid tower gonna be denied here. Man, Fruitcakes is not having the best game on Clockwork so far. I haven't seen a great hook yet. And he's still working on his own. He's finally got it done. So he's gonna try and look for some charges. Maybe he doesn't have money for a smoke right now.
We'll see what they do end up doing. I think his objective right now is to get the first couple earn charges, and then just run it the sniper.
Yeah,
before
look
he
at
gets
look
the
at
fourth
this.
stack.
Kunkka is going for an Ags after the drums. So very team fight heavy.
I think
And-
Kunkka Ags is one of the most broken.
It's so
Agonins
good.
right
It's
now.
like 70 seconds and like it's just so crazy. And the troll's going to do plenty of damage by himself. They've got this like inner beast to buff his attack speed a little bit more as well. The Maledict to just compound the damage. So troll is really all they need.
So I'm curious why he goes the drums, and I'm wondering if that's just to get on top of sniper faster.
That's what it
'Cause
seems like.
I don't necessarily think that that's a great Kunkka build. I would have liked to see maybe a Sange into the halberd, or just go the Radiance.
I mean, it's like really useful for his team, right? They're definitely a lot of like run at you, and just making that a little bit better.
Makes him able to juke the Rolling Thunder.
There you go. I think turn rate is what you want against Rolling Thunder, and not move speed.
So it looks like Pango's going Ags too, straight up. I
Okay,
think he's
so
also just trying to go more team fight oriented.
no Basher, and Underlord goes down bot to another Maledict.
Looks like Deathward was popped there too.
Yep. I mean, if you can find any hero on their own with Witch Doctor, it's basically a free kill. There's not much they can do about it.
True. I think Sniper just finished his 4-staff too, so it makes the gank on him just a little bit harder. I think you almost have to commit Roar unless you get the X on him.
I mean, X is maxed out now, so the cast range is pretty huge.
See, Fruitcake's playing pretty far up with no Death Ward
Yeah, they don't
available right
have
now.
they don't have any vision either. It's just like this ward near the river.
They are scouting
but-
the stack here
Yeah,
though.
they want to steal this stack. Nice cogs to
Kunkka
burn
coming
some
in,
of Pango's
both the
mana.
stack.
Yeah, the boat's coming in now. The Rolling Thunder's popped, but the run buff, it's already affected 3 heroes. So the Witch Doctor, he didn't actually get the run buff. He needs to be careful not to die here. The Assassinate
Fruitcake's missed
goes
hook.
onto the Clockwork, so they will both go down. The run buff, not enough to save them. And
He did boat the Ancients though. He got 4 of those with the
oh
boat,
yeah, the
so
Prowler creeps with no magic resistance.
definitely worth, in my opinion.
Using 2 supports, I guess they got tons of XP out of it as well, right?
I would have liked to see Fruitcake's hook a creep, a jungle creep to get out of there. I think he tried to go back in to make space for the rest of them to get out. But I
Yeah.
think he was very dead.
Yule's going to be the first item on PV here. I think this makes a lot of sense. Just have a free
They're
setup
going
for
on
you.
Underlord.
Oh, the
Ogre,
Roar
Roar
comes out.
committed.
Roar for an Ogre. Seems worth.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Gotta get the
think they're-
outpost at least.
I think they're both like kind of content with just farming it out right now. I think this troll's not quite ready. He's got
Yeah.
his diffusal finished. I'm curious to see what his next item. If you just shotgun the BKB or if you do go for the Shadow Blade. I think he might actually want to go a Manta this game with all the disarm from Pango.
Yeah. I kind of feel like BKB is... It's a little bit early, maybe? He's gonna queue off the BKB. But I don't know.
It depends when they want a Death Ball, right? So Kunkka's like
He's close to
300
Ags.
gold off his Ags. So once they get the Ags on that, they just smoke and they run up and non-stop.
He hooked on top of the... Oh, no, that was from the last fight. He's just dead again.
That's a yikes. Yeah, so it does look like he's going to go for the BKB on Troll,
Dire's top tower is being
which I don't think is the wrong play. This Kunkka is going to have Ags. I think once you have Clock back up, Roar's up in 2 seconds. You just smoke and you find this sniper, you find this Pango, and you can
Yeah.
almost guarantee a tower or Roshan.
I almost wonder if it's worth buying a blink on Kunkka if you go Ags, but it's not really an instant cast either. There's like a huge delay on the Torrent Storm, so maybe not worth.
I think he'll, like, I would like to see maybe a Halberd come out from him, or just straight BKB as well.
Yeah, I think a Halberd would be really good. Just disarm this sniper for as long as you can. And he's a melee, he's a ranged hero, sorry, so it's like a 5-second disarm.
Bounty.
Right, I'm curious to see, like, he might just go BKB straight up. If they're going to play the game plan with now that they have Ags and just run at them straight up, I think a BKB isn't a bad decision at all.
Yeah, and they're also gonna get it probably around the same time at this rate, alright? Like, Troll does farm a little bit, like, probably not as fast as Kunkka, but Kunkka also needs to make space. So, they'll probably receive the BKB around the same time. And it's gonna be a pipe for Chilbro Swaggins. A lot of magic damage to mitigate. I like this a lot.
Oh, let's see, he's
So-
going to get the hook
Oh.
on Underlord. He has no follow-up, though.
It's a bit of a casual feat here, but forces the Underlord ulti.
He
Oh,
roared
the
it.
push out almost got it. And Rolling
That's a
Thunder
yikes.
comes out. Chilbro Swaggins, not Chilbro Swaggins, sorry. He's normally playing the Witch Doctor. Clock, he's going to be able to just barely make it out of there. And a Rolling Thunder committed, not much gain. So
Gets the
two
X off.
ultimates down, and the cast comes out. They don't, actually they do get the root onto the Pango, and he ends up dying to the boat. The Death Ward committed as
Good
well.
play.
2-fan
He
smoke.
popped the smoke.
Yeah, he popped the smoke, but the Torrent Storm
Torrent
comes
Storm's gonna
out
whip on
now.
everybody.
It's not gonna do anything.
I think his positioning was just a little bit off there.
And Witch Doctor, he just barely survives the assassinate.
I think they salvaged that. I think that could have gone way worse after you commit the roar when Dark Rift was already popped through. So I think they did a good job with cleaning up what they could with the Pango. I mean, Clockwork and Witch Doctor lived with like 10 HP.
Yeah, it was very close, but they ended up getting nothing out of it. That's definitely a feels bad moment.
See, Troll is about a third to his BKB.
Kunkka is around the same if he decides to go for it. I mean, if he does not going for BKB, what would he go for? Right, he's gonna kill with the BKB now.
I think the Halberd or the Shadow Blade. Anything you have to get behind onto the sniper. Like, that's the whole game plan, is this Underlord is going to sit in front and Sniper's just going to chew through you guys. So any way that they can close
Oh,
the
Tex,
distance.
he's running at the Pango here. Diffusal popped. Shield crash. Gets the root.
Oh, he's got to run. He
Okay,
knows.
the Underlord with his illusion buddies is
He's gonna
coming.
Rolling
The
Thunder
Rolling
it.
Thunder's popped. There's no BKB yet on the Troll, and they catch him.
Oh,
Kind of
he
missed
is
that hit,
dead.
but Fire Blast as well. He's got the ulti. He should be able to pop it, but the disarm, he's not going to be able to heal up, and he's dead. That's
That's
hands off the keyboard.
yeah.
Scylla, he might be in a bit of trouble as well. Pops the drums to get out of there.
Oh,
Needs an
hook shot
assassinate,
comes
hook
out. He
shot,
stops the assassinate.
and not going to get anything out of it. And
Bow comes through. Torrent Storm again, just a little bit too far. I don't think that the sniper is going to walk into that kind of range to try to
yeah,
hit you.
it's only 70 seconds. That's the ridiculous part. Like, this feels like it's like a Ravage level ultimate, right? But it's like 70
True.
seconds.
See, this Pango has his Ags flying out to him right now. He's going to go Basher into Abyssal next.
Bottom tower is
Yeah.
being attacked.
I definitely agree with that. They need a little bit more lockdown. Not able to get this. Oh, that was the Ags reveal. He showed off the shield crash to the Witch Doctor there. Greaves done on Arya Stark as well, so this Underlord going to be able to beat his team up pretty significantly. Maybe look to finish the Holy Trinity with a Crimson Guard next. Pretty nice against Troll.
See, this Underlord is farmed too. He definitely is hitting some pretty good timings with that. I think they're like, I'd like to see a smoke come out from any of the team, not in an actual team fight.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, so smoke comes out, and I'm wondering if they're going to try the wraparound or they're going to walk right into the
Who are they going to go
see
for? They don't
everybody.
have vision, right? So, like, they have the Hawk. They probably spotted the Underlord
See,
by
they
now, but the
show?
smoke pops. Underlord gets
Dark Rift
X,
out.
and I mean, they should have the damage to kill him before he
now
Dark
they come
Rifts.
through.
The Death Ward comes through, but actually the roll to stop the Dark Rift, so seems like Underlord will be the first one to fall here. The ulti popped by Tex, and he's running at PV, and another willing axe comes through. So PV looks like he
Axe is
might
just
go
not
down.
enough.
It's just barely not enough, but Troll, he's a
blind?
fast point.
Nice.
Rocket Flare comes out, and Zed, he's in a little bit of trouble now. He doesn't have Swashbuckler. He's going to run out of mana. The Diffusal Blade burning all of it, and Ogre and Sniper, they're showing up now, and this is a really bad idea. They should get out of here. This Ogre might die. Okay, he's just going to walk out. That was a...
Tex is gonna find the
big
sniper.
concern.
If he gets some roots here.
Oh, there you go.
There's one. Okay,
There's one. The Hurricane
Pike.
Pike. Gonna buy some time, and he's running through. He doesn't have his ultimate right now. BKB, it's not
Drums
up
or
yet.
pops?
He needs to be careful. He's taking a lot of damage. The Assassinate is up soon. Another Shrapnel comes out.
Ogre's
Not
gonna
catching
tank again.
Tex there. Very close to killing the Troll on Sniper.
And again, this Beastmaster just gonna clean up their ancient stacks.
Orb of
This Jakiro
Destruction.
tried so hard. Hookshot comes out on
Hookshot.
Sniper. He came back.
And he has the
Got a
Hurricane
Hurricane?
Pike. He's gonna kill Fruitcakes here.
no.
No, he's not even gonna get the kill. He tried to man up on Fruitcakes, but I think he could have force-staffed his way out of that, at least to try and get out.
He got a little bit too greedy. The Hawk kind of saw him walk up the steps there.
Yeah. I mean, that's like really, like having a Beastmaster in a team just feels so good. Like you just have such a huge vision advantage every game.
And this Beast did go for a blink too, so his job is to try to find the sniper and get a roar on top of him.
Yeah. I mean, he got the roll onto the Underlord last fight, and it was like mid-animation of the Dark Rift, so he wasn't able to start channeling it. I don't think he would have made it out anyway, but you know, it's like just to make sure he doesn't get out.
Definitely, just letting him know they can play the game. Meanwhile, Fruitcake's found this Jakiro alone. He got the full vessel off on him.
Oh. I mean, he had a pretty rough start, but he's making his way back into the game. You know, Philosopher's Stone for some cheeky GPM.
See, they're gonna make a play on him here. He doesn't hook.
Yeah, and the Cogs as well to buy some space, but he's dead. He got blown up by this fire
They gotta
blast.
go now. You should commit Rolling Thunder for this.
Yeah, Witch Doctor.
See, he's gonna go for it.
I
This
don't
Witch
even think they
Doctor's gonna
need
eat
it. No,
it.
they're gonna pop the Rolling Thunder, but can they catch
wanna
anyone
chase?
else? They only have killed the support so far, but I don't think they want to fight this 3v5.
See if they go back for a Roshan here. I don't think they could kill it fast enough.
Yeah, the Orb
Especially
of
with this conk out
Destruction.
with Torrent Storm.
The Orb of Destruction is on the side of Radiant. I didn't really see
They're
one.
going for it.
Oh, actually, they do have the Orb of Destruction on Pango. So some minus armor, trying to help them out a little bit. And the scan
Zap,
comes
they
out, they
know.
know. No one's there to break a smoke or like try
I
and
don't
soak
think
some
they can
views.
get
This
it.
is
They
really
can't get the blink
scary.
through now.
The torrent comes out
Bolt comes
with
out.
the boat, with the torrent storm, but I think it's a little bit shallow. It's actually gonna catch some people. So Roche, it's really low. The hookshot comes through. It's gonna hit onto the troll here, so not gonna get
Dark
it. The
Rift
Dark
out.
Rift, but if they use the
Can they
Dark
get
Rift, they're
Sniper?
gonna get out Sniper.
Oh, no.
He's gonna get out of there, but they're gonna lose the Aegis, and Arya Stark got X back. They're gonna lose the Roche though, and that's like
That
really the big
sniper
prize
was
here.
so close to being screwed out of that Uber ride.
And a Paladin sword on Troll as well. It's like definitely the best item you said. He tries to go for a steal, but it's a little bit too late to the party, and he won't be able to get out of there at least. Sideshow showing pretty aggressively here.
I don't think they go on this at all.
Oh, Fruitcakes has another hook shot in 3 seconds. He might be looking for something. You know, throwing some rocket flares out.
He did commit his buyback for that.
Witch Doctor?
Take a look. I'm trying to see. I was pretty sure Fruitcakes bought back for that fight, but it was Witch Doctor. So they give up the Roche. This troll is very not scared.
He
Does
is,
look like he might go.
It's gonna
Let's
be
see
very
this next
difficult to bring
item.
him down, that's for sure. And it's really just the sniper, right? Like, where is the sustained damage? And sniper, he doesn't even have a maelstrom yet, so his damage output is not very spectacular. He's almost got
This
it.
is getting gone on.
Oh, Underlord. Gets X
Hook
back.
shot comes in.
Hookshot, the force stuff's away with the sniper, but Fruitcake's continuing to run at the sniper now. I think Fruitcake's is in a bit of trouble. There's no shrapnels available, but he missed the roar. Two-man maledict. There's no shrapnel and casual macropire to zone them out.
Back it up, boys. You just reset this fight.
Yeah, they will be able to defend this tower.
They see this Pango.
Oh. They got both the bounty, the outposts.
Pango's gonna roll into TP.
Yeah, he's gonna get out of there. They could potentially hook shot it. No, it's on cooldown. That would have been like a pretty goddamn hook shot. Just do the math a little bit, you know.
Let's make it happen, Fruitcakes.
Alright.
They see this over.
Bomberman, he's gonna get caught out here. He's dead for sure. Like the Fusel Blade gonna slow him down and die a pretty painful death. So Sniper is done with the Maelstrom. It kind of seems like Mjolnir is probably the best item damage-wise for him, but he's going to be very glass cannon. I mean, I guess he's always going to be. Unfortunately, this isn't 7.26A, the latest patch today, where Scotty gives you reduces healing by 35%. That would have been a really good item for Sniper to have right now.
True. I almost don't hate him going a Shadow Blade or anything slippery to get away. It looks like they're just going to trade towers here.
Yeah, I mean, Silver Edge reduces healing by 50% in this patch. They've moved it from Silver Edge to Scotty, so I think this could be a good Silver Edge game for him, to be honest. Just cut into this Troll's regen a little bit. He's got a Paladin sword with the ultimate as well.
I think he just needs any way to kind of escape. I think the whole game plan from Facebook here is just get on top of that Sniper.
Yeah, I'm just worried about, like, if he's gonna spend his whole time like running away from the fight, then like he's not gonna be doing any damage, and his teammates don't really do that much. I guess Underlord hits moderately hard if he has enough stacks, and he's got 53 permanent damage.
And this Underlord's going for a halberd as well. Anything to kind of stop the troll.
Yeah, and if he catches the troll in like range form, then it actually lasts longer. So it's still pretty effective against troll, even though he's like usually a melee core.
True. I think honestly, it's going to come down to who initiates the fight here. Yeah. I think either side, if they get jumps, it's very hard to counter initiate with both teams.
But it's so much harder for like Microsoft to initiate, right? Like they have the hook shot, they've got the X marks, they've got this blink roll. But what do they have? I guess they just like walk up and root him. He's forced to BKB. The Torrent Storm comes out as well with the boat. It's gonna catch Pango here, and Pango hit a hook shot. And the Maledict, Pango's in trouble, and the Ice Path's gonna buy some time, but he's not able to swashbuckle out of there.
Fruitcake can't deny the cog to get out of
Macropire. He's taking so much damage from the Macropire.
That's sad.
Oh, that feels bad. His teammate's not helping him out there. It's like, you dug your own grave.
Yeah, you got lucky shot and couldn't even get out of his own cog.
Whoa, this Torrent AoE is crazy. I feel like I normally don't see this Torrent AoE, but it just seems really huge.
Yeah, plus 100 is definitely
and there's
huge.
a Maledict AoE now as well, and the Witch Doctor, RIP GPM talent, but I feel like this one is pretty comparable to a GPM talent.
See, so he's got Kunkka going for Daedalus now. He's gonna get the right clicks coming through.
He's got an Imp Claw already, but maybe he could swap it out for an Orb of Destruction. It'd be pretty nice to wait, does Tidebringer apply on hit effects as well? It does, right?
I believe so.
Like, if he picks up the Orb of Destruction, that's a 20% slow on like every target he hits.
I'm actually curious if it would apply, because I don't think Scotty applies on the Torrent or on the Tidebringer.
I've never seen Scotty on Kunkka, but a BKB popped again for Scylla, but
against two-man boat?
destroyed here. The Torrent Storm comes out as well. Arya Stark is looking for the Dark Rift out, but he's not going to be able to start the animation in time, and he's going to die. Buyback.
Whiffs.
Gonna whiff on the Pango, but the buyback from Jakiro. Underlord does not have buyback. He just bought out for his halberd and instead fed his life away, and it's gonna be pretty tough to hold for 70 seconds without him. They have Macropie that can deal with one wave.
Depends, because they both pop BKBs there, so they're kind of stuck if this Jakiro just macropires.
Yeah.
They can't walk up as boldly
It is
anymore
a
without
siege
BKB.
creep wave, so they will have the siege creep. Jakiro can't really blow it up. They do have the Pango who's doing a decent chunk of physical damage with Swashbuckle.
No lucky shot, Frog. Oh,
Not
his
yet.
troll's in trouble, actually.
And the roll comes
pops his
out.
ult.
It's going to hit onto the Sniper, and Sniper is going to be able to Hurricane Pike back the Beastmaster. And Pango ulti is doing a lot of work. It's a very confined area. Chilbro Smackers is going to be the first to die here. The Torrent comes out with the boat, and Scylla, he's in a bit of
BKB
trouble.
comes
Forced to BKB, and Fruitcakes, he's going to go down as well. Tried to hookshot forward for some reason instead of backwards. And
Oh, they
the
get him
assassinate, they
too.
actually get the bash on the Swashbuckle. A great defense from Microsoft.
That was a bit of a throw going up without BKBs, I think. I think they overplayed their hand a little bit.
They also lost the Aegis as well. Like, they didn't manage to make anything of it. I'm not sure if it went down during that fight or like before.
I think it was down way before, but that was a huge swing
Yeah, for sure.
in golden experience there.
Mjolnir now done on the Sniper, so he's gonna hit pretty hard now, pretty fast.
Radiant's middle tower is
And Ogre going for the 36-minute Midas. It's probably going to be closer to 40 at this rate. He's like, you know, I've got a Sniper on my team, and I'm just going to sit back, minus some creeps, let him carry the game. We're going to be here for 2 hours.
He's like, guys, look, we're gonna have to hold high ground. This is the best way
Like,
to your
trust me,
ability.
I'm going to get a Hex after this Midas, and I'm going to Hex 4 people at once, and you're going to see it was worth it.
True. Pango's scouting out Roshan. It's gonna spawn soon. Just spawns.
Yeah, keeping the Courier in the Roshan, the Abyssal Blade recipe, and Fruitcakes is getting really low. The hookshot comes through. It's gonna get
Roar
finished
comes
off
on
by
Rolling
the
Tango.
Shrapnel, and the Roar comes out. The Shrapnel is gonna do a lot of damage to Chilbro Swaggins here, but Sniper, I mean, he's just going ham, and the backlines. I heard the Death Ward come out, but I didn't really see it do that much damage. It seems like Pango is finally going to lose his life, and the Dark Rift out of there. So, Fruitcake's
There's
not able to push
BKBs
anyone away.
committed
The long-range Coconut going to hit them in the fountain. But they do manage to take out this Pango, who probably seemed like he died back there. No, not even. He's just level 24.
They're gonna check Roche. They know Roche is up. This is a
Yeah,
free
Roche
Roche.
is up. Yeah.
You gotta go now, though.
They should go for it for sure. Oh, they have 70 seconds, but yeah, if they want to make anything out of a high ground push as well while Pango's down, I don't know. Where's the Orb of Destruction? Oh. I accidentally rewinded 10 seconds and came up 10 seconds, so hopefully we're still in the same spot time-wise, but I think you've been a few seconds ahead of me the whole time. And Fruitcakes, he's gonna get blown up here. He died back? For the
See what
Roche, they
happens.
do get it. The cheese is still on the ground. Tex finally picks it up. The BKB
pops the
forced
ult.
onto Scylla. And the Torrent Storm, he doesn't have enough mana. He has enough mana now, so he should look to use it. The Troll, he's going to lose his first life here. But using the lifesteal with the ultimate, he's going to stay alive for a bit longer. Ice Path on top of his dead corpse. He's going to be stuck in the pit of mounds for a bit longer. But Witch Doctor gets a solo
They
kill
find
onto the
sniper.
992 gold going his way. Who said gold streaks were nerf? And Bomberman, he gets Maledict. He's going to live his life as well.
Good BKB through.
pops.
They're gonna go for this.
He's going to run at the Ogre here.
That was almost a good fight, too. They almost had a chance to
Yeah.
kind of salvage that. They got the troll dead, but Sniper dying on the back line to this Witch Doctor.
Yeah, good pickup by 50 and 60 here.
Let's see, and Sniper also just stacking damage. I think Shadowblade would have been a play here for sure. He's got a crit stick.
I mean, I kind of feel like they're lucky stacking damage a little bit. Dude, my game is totally bugged out. Pango looks like he's constantly in Rolling Thunder. He's literally like walking around like it's like he's standing up, but he's also a ball at the same time. You just gotta watch the VOD later. It's crazy. Alright, roll onto the Underlord here. He's gonna take a lot of damage. No Maledict yet. It's unavailable for 12 seconds. The cheese is popped. So it's Troll. He's gonna stay alive a bit longer. He's very close to his ulti. It's very scary. He's gonna be able to get out of there, but the tower shot finishes him off, and Fruitcakes is gonna die as well. A successful base defense even without the sniper. Oh, okay. Now Pango's lost everything. He's completely naked.
It's like the bug where you used to be able to change your cosmetics while the game was loading, and you could load people with nothing.
What's going on here? He like has pants on, but he's still got the pistols, but he doesn't have like a coat or like a helmet.
That's the way, man. He came here to fuck.
It's like the Zeus skin, like the shirtless Zeus skin.
What better flex?
There you go. But Zeus has like a six-pack, but like, Pango, are you seeing that as well?
No.
Oh, okay.
My Pango is fully clothed.
Alright, the double bloodlusted creeps. That was a nice RNG multicast from the Ogre there, and he gets both of the siege creeps, plus the sniper, plus the Pango. That was the best RNG you could ask for.
He earned his Midas, I think.
Yeah. He almost has it. Alright, Scylla gets rooted. They forced the BKB already.
That's not good. They're liable to lose another set of racks here.
Yeah, I think so. And like this pit of balance positioning is so
Rolling
good.
Thunder comes out.
Right.
I wouldn't go that deep.
It's pretty scary. He's become a person ball again, and the troll's back now. He should get out of there. There's nothing to keep him, but he's X'd. He needs to get out of there. Oh, he actually misses the combo. The Torrent Storm comes out, and he doesn't have enough mana for an Uber. He used the Halberd, and he's gonna get stuck. Uber gonna be called now, but Pango's gonna die first. The buyback available on Pango, but Underlord's gonna end up dying as well. He called the Uber too late. He used the Halberd and ran out of mana to call it.
Fruitcake's got a nice hook shot in the back. Cogs did Pango back into the Torrent, which ultimately led him to die there. That's it's like both teams get way too excited to push the high ground, and they just end up feeding a little bit. I think that Rolling Thunder was a bit sus.
Yeah, I mean they have this.
I don't think you go through.
They have this Underlord to like tank the tower. They've got the sniper to siege from afar. There's no need to rush this.
Let's see, it's back and forth.
I think I would have liked to see Underlord keep the Dragon Scale for this type of game. Like, you know, get that little bit of extra tower damage on your right clicks.
Yeah, he could pull the Matamba and just switch it in and out, but they're going right back down the other way. Hook shot with sniper.
Alright, it's gonna whiff. Pangoli buys back. The fort is used now.
Just back and forth down the lanes here. This Kanka can one-shot creep waves now, so I would like to see them just split the map up a little bit, just keep the Dire in their base. Because I don't think they can really make a push play until they get another Aegis.
Yeah, it almost seems like that's the next bet, right? And like, I guess at this point, do you want to see Ags? Do you want to see Refresher? I feel like a Refresher Torrent Storm would be pretty difficult to fight into.
That would feel super bad.
But you could get Ags on Troll and like give some. It's not that great. Probably give Ags to Witch Doctor, to be honest. He's having a pretty good game so far. At least his Death Wards and Maledicts, and he's almost got Ags. Making his way there. Smoke out. Half of them are revealed. Zenki shows himself. He's gonna run into 4 heroes.
This sniper is really far up. He gets
really
hook-shotted.
Yep, the hookshot comes out, and he gets caught, but the Rolling Thunder comes through, gonna buy some space. He gets forced out of here, and he ends up going down to the Kunkka. He buys back immediately, and the Swashbuckle comes out. They will get Fruitcakes for their troubles, but the boat comes out now, so everyone's really tippy. The Ghost Ship fleet as well, and Sniper is pewing for the backline. They managed to kill the Jakiro there. Cask is coming out, and they will disengage, so forcing the sniper buyback is really huge there, and all they did was trade the clockwork for it.
That his positioning was a little bit suspect there. I think he was playing way too far up. He just opened himself up to a hook shot, and that's the win condition. If you catch a sniper in a hook, like he's dead every time.
Yeah, even this
And he's
like
going-
this force staff doesn't seem to be like really helping him either. He's getting like chain locked down as well.
And he's going straight up for Daedalus too. He just wants to sit back and hit crease. But if you're gonna play that way, you can't be right up front. Like if you're ever ahead of the Underlord in a fight, you're doing something horribly wrong.
Yeah, I almost feel like a BKB wouldn't be a bad solution, right?
Definitely.
Like after the hook shot, like it's just the X left, and I mean I guess there's also raw. I don't know.
I think a BKB just prevents him from dying in one initiate.
Yeah, all right, raw onto the Pango, and it's gonna get followed up with a
The
torrent.
sniper's staying, and he gets abyssal.
Oh, okay, yep. The troll is right on top of him. And
Plus
Hurricane
BKB
Pike out.
4-2.
The Dark
That's
Rift
a yikes.
is not going to be able to catch this sniper, and he's dead. That's 2 heroes that buyback for a long time. Those are both diebacks there, and I mean it should be very clear that this game is like on the brink of being over. Right? They just need to go high ground right now.
I think the luckiest part for them at this point is that none of their waves are pushed. Like their mid is way back. Underlord's dealing with bot, and this top lane is going to take probably 20 more seconds before they can actually hit a tower. So
Right,
they'll
but they
lose
also-
one set of racks.
I think they're going to lose 2. They push pretty fast.
See, just backdoor it. Just go for it.
Yeah, let's go for it at this
Come on,
point.
Tex, man up, dude.
Go, 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 go!
He's not doing it. He's going to back up a little bit. With Beastmaster and Troll, they're going to chew towers here.
Yeah, the fort is not available for them, and Clockwork has made his way mid. So yeah, just take this tower. Macropie comes up, but they've got the seed creep plus the pipe, so these creeps are gonna stay alive a little bit longer. They're just gonna chew this up.
Do you just go for T4s?
I think they can. Like,
You just
why
go
not?
for T4s.
It seems like they might play it safe. They could definitely go for T4s. They shredded through
I
those
think they
buildings.
can close this game right now.
They're gonna
I think
go
they're going to do the
for
safe thing and take 2 racks.
Megas. I mean, they could really realistically go for all 3, right? Like, it's only been like 20 seconds since they took the
For
last
sure.
racks.
They chew through towers so fast.
It's so fast.
Yeah, they're gonna go for Megas here. I
Maybe.
think the Dire could hold Megas though. Like, I think they could have just hit T4s and ended the game.
Yeah, they have Sniper and Underlord, so they can buy a lot of time at least, but even if you buy time, like, you're probably still gonna lose. It's pretty hard to come back from
It
Vegas.
depends, man, because both teams kind of are tunnel visioning on a high ground push.
Yeah. Oh, the good
And
old
the BKBs
bloodlusted
are late.
melee barracks.
BKBs
enough.
are on a way lower timer now, only 5 seconds for Troll.
I mean,
So they're
Roche
just
is
gonna
up
take
in
Megas.
a minute, so they're just gonna keep the wave shoved out and like take Roche and then play it safe. Seems like.
Let's go to end the game. This Beastmaster bought out his Assault Cuirass.
Oh, that's interesting.
See, so the way back
Alright.
in for the Dire, I think they need to smoke and they have to catch somebody right now.
I mean, the disarm on Beastmaster, but he just blinks out of there. They find the Witch Doctor, running the wrong way there, and force stuff down the cliff. Nice juke there from the Witch Doctor. And, I mean, I feel like a lot of the times, there's only like 2 ways you can win against Mega Creeps, right? Like, it's like immediately after you win Mega Creeps, or after like a 50-minute war of attrition. Like, there's
Yeah,
not really any
definitely.
in between, right? So, they're gonna try for this first attempt, the first strategy. I don't know if they can do it.
Fruitcakes gets an invis from behind. He can let
Oh.
the hook in on the sniper right
Yeah,
now.
and Beastmaster getting caught out for now. The hook.
He gets it. He gets the hook.
He's in. The hook is in. Sniper getting
Oh,
caught
he
out
gets
here.
bounced back.
And,
Nice double force staff. And he solo
Right.
kills the sniper.
oh yeah. And meanwhile, in the front lines, Underlord gets taken out with the Panko. So
And
yeah,
that's
probably
a
time
big
to call
GG call.
GG.
Nice play with Fruitcakes getting a lucky invis rune.
I mean,
Rare comes out on the ogre for fun.
I think he probably would have gotten that hook shot without the invis anyway, because like
But they didn't
he was
see him,
already
right? So-
yeah, but he was already in like position, and they didn't
Definitely.
have vision anyway. All right, GG is called, and it was a really back and forth game.
I think that was anyone's game for a second there.
Yeah, a
I
little
think
bit
both
like
teams just got a little bit cocky.
there's a lot of YOLOing going on, but I didn't really see anything to deal with this troll. I think the troll was like had a pretty free game, and just really took over.
See, let's see what the graph says, because that like early game for that sniper was perfect until he got ganked twice and then bought back and died. I think
Yeah,
that's kind of the,
I think that was
the
pretty game
pivotal
losing.
moment for him.
He was probably pretty tilted at that point. It was like, ugh, I can't do this anymore.
Definitely, because Gavin is saying, see who would have won that draft. Yeah, I think that was just a back and forth game. I think both teams played pretty well there, but I think just the combination of getting on top of that sniper without sniper having BKB or any escape past that Hurricane Pike was kind of their detriment.
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit rough, but at the same time, like, his team really lacked damage, so I can definitely empathize with choosing to go for a more glass cannon build.
I think above all, you flame the ogre for the Midas.
What time did you pick it up? Let's see. It was 41 minutes and 20 seconds.
That's who you blame this game.
Yeah, for sure. Like, that could have been an Aether Lens, like, just literally anything else.
Glimmer Cape.
He looks really poor. Like, look at his net worth compared to, like, literally everyone else.
True. I think for 40 minutes on a Midas, though, is a little bit sus.
It's like, that's really bad. Like, I am normally poor as a position 5, but, like, not that poor.